When you think of colonial empires, you probably imagine Britain, France, or Spain. But what if I told you Sweden also tried? Yes, Sweden, the land of snow, Vikings, and IKEA, once dreamed of its own overseas empire. In the 1600s, during the reign of Gustavus Adolphus and later Queen Christina, Sweden was one of Europe's great powers. It dominated the Baltic Sea and controlled parts of modern-day Finland, Estonia, Latvia, and northern Germany. But Sweden wanted more than frozen harbors. It wanted colonies. In 1638, Sweden founded New Sweden, a colony along the Delaware River in North America. It covered parts of modern Delaware, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. Swedes built Fort Christina, the first Swedish settlement in the New World. For a moment, it looked promising. But then came the Dutch. In 1655, the Dutch governor Peter Stuyvesant sent ships, surrounded the fort, and that was the end of New Sweden. Sweden's colonial dream wasn't over, though. In the 1650s, it tried again, this time in West Africa, on the Gold Coast, modern Ghana. They built Fort Corralisborg and traded gold, ivory, and slaves. But just like before, stronger colonial powers, Denmark, the Netherlands, and later Britain, pushed them out. By the 18th century, Sweden had one more shot, the island of Saint Barthélemy in the Caribbean. They bought it from France in 1784 and turned it into a free port, a smuggler's paradise, but it never made Sweden rich, and by 1878, they sold it back to France. But what if Sweden had done things differently? What if it actually became a colonial empire, like Britain or the Netherlands? Let's imagine an alternate timeline. In this world, Sweden wins the Great Northern War against Russia and keeps its dominance in the Baltic. With control over trade routes and a stronger navy, Sweden invests heavily in shipbuilding, establishing naval bases in Norway and Germany. By the early 1700s, it's ready to expand overseas. Instead of losing New Sweden, it reinforces it, sending settlers, soldiers, and engineers. The colony grows into New Scandinavia, trading timber, furs, and iron with local tribes and neighboring colonies. When the Dutch and English fight each other, Sweden quietly grows richer, like the Netherlands once did. Using profits from American colonies, Sweden establishes stronger forts on the Gold Coast, building a real trading network. It avoids large wars and focuses on commerce, gold, spices, and textiles. Swedish merchants create the Swedish West Africa Company, modeled after the Dutch 5OC. By maintaining neutrality and avoiding expensive wars, Sweden survives and profits. Instead of one small island, Sweden expands across the Caribbean. St. Barthélemy becomes the center of Swedish trade, a northern Singapore of the Atlantic. It trades between Europe, Africa, and the New World, selling timber, tools, and ships in exchange for sugar, tobacco, and coffee. By the 1800s, Sweden has a network of small but profitable colonies. It uses these colonies as markets for its growing steel and manufacturing industries. Gothenburg becomes a global port, rivaling Amsterdam or Liverpool. Sweden might never match Britain's global reach, but it could rival the Dutch or Portuguese, a maritime empire built on trade, not conquest. In our real world, Sweden gave up empire for peace and prosperity. But in another timeline, maybe the blue and yellow flag flew over Africa, the Caribbean, and North America.